Hello, this is Tim Bryce with the National Weather Service. This is a special weather briefing for the potential for heavy rain and flash flooding Friday night through Saturday. All right, let's get to the presentation. Well, like I mentioned, there is a potential for moderate to locally heavy rain beginning Friday night and going through Saturday. Our main concern, or probably our biggest concern, is going to be in the areas around Mescalero and any locations downstream from the Soldier Canyon fire burn scar. That's a fresh new burn scar that just happened, and the runoff from that could be very rapid and with a lot of debris in it. But we could also see some heavy rain west of the Continental Divide, which could lead to some significant rises on the Gila River. And then we could see the potential for heavy rain just about anywhere in the lowlands as well, and that could lead to some flooding of the low water crossings or other flood prone areas. Taking a look for Friday into Friday night, you see the Weather Prediction Center is highlighting southeast Arizona as initially where they think the potential or the highest risk for flooding rains will be. But you do see that with that green color, they've kind of hedged their bets a little into western New Mexico. And then if I jump into Saturday and Saturday night, you can see almost the entire state of New Mexico and all of far west Texas is under some kind of risk for heavy rain and flash flooding. So it's going to definitely be something that you're going to want to watch and pay attention to. How much rain are we talking about? Well, right now the models are kind of showing that the locations west of the Continental Divide could see some of the heavier rainfall totals of over an inch of rain there from Silver City to Lordsburg, all the way down to Animas. But even locations east of the Continental Divide could see a half inch of rain. And like I mentioned, up there by Cloudcroft, Ruidoso, and Mescalero, even as little as 3/4 of an inch of rain could cause some flooding problems for those locations downstream of the Soldier Canyon fire. And believe me, there'll be isolated higher amounts somewhere in southern New Mexico and far west Texas on Saturday. What's causing all of this? Well, we have a tropical system moving up out of the Baja of Mexico called Bud, and it's throwing a lot of moisture into the southwest. Initially, like I showed you before, the first thrust of moisture will be into western Arizona on Friday evening, but that's quickly going to move into western New Mexico and then into central New Mexico and far west Texas on Saturday, and that's where we're going to see our threat for the heaviest rain, mainly be on Saturday into Saturday night. Some of the uncertainties associated with this, like I was just mentioning, the timing of the heavier rain across southern New Mexico and far west Texas. And one other concern will be the amount of cloud cover that we see Saturday morning. If we get a lot of clouds, that might limit our thunderstorm activity. But I do think by Saturday afternoon and evening, we will see at least some isolated, if not scattered to numerous thunderstorms across the area. And those are the ones that could really produce some heavy rain quickly. Watches and warnings. There aren't any watches or warnings out at this time, but we could issue some flash flood watch. And then also later in the day, especially Friday night into Saturday, we could issue flash flood warnings or flood advisories for concerned areas. So again, doing a quick wrap up, heavy rain will be possible, especially on Saturday, which could lead to some flash flooding. Main concern will be for Mescalero and other locations just downstream of the Soldier Canyon burn scar, but we could also see some significant rises on the Gila River, and you always need to be watching out for any of those low water crossings or other flood prone areas. Any of those could be at risk on Saturday into Saturday evening. Stay up with the latest weather information. You can keep track of us on Facebook, Twitter, on YouTube, and of course you could also always get the latest weather information on our webpage at weather.gov/El Paso. Thanks so much for joining me, and stay weather aware.